Hello everyone. Hello grade 9 boys and girls. Welcome back to EFL and this is another virtual learning program prepared to you by Rainbow International Schools. Today in this video presentation we shall be discussing Mrs. Jellyby. The character is taken from Bleak House by Charles Dickens. Mrs. Jellyby is the title of our passage found in your book as passage 3. And before we start with our lesson 8.4, we shall referring to this exercise 6, the instruction on why do you have this passage. Okay, by referring closely to the passage, we are supposed to write a summary using our own words of what you have learned about Mrs. Jellyby and the house in which she lives, the criticism the author is making of her and her lifestyle. Alright, it's noted that in this part of the question, we are asked to describe the author's criticism, not to summarize the comments made about the character in the novel who is describing the visit. Okay. So here's a copy of the passage from the book. We have it in three parts. Okay, now let's have first, as instructed, what can we say about Mrs. or what did we learn about Mrs. Jellyby? Okay, so what do we and also the house she lives in. Okay, let's see. We have presented it here in a paragraph, the requirements in exercise 6. Okay, a wealthy woman, Mrs. Jellyby, is a philanthropist and is obsessed with the project she has developed to build links to the coffee trade with the remote region in Africa. Mrs. Jellyby is so distracted by this project, and in the passage it's called African Project, that she neglects herself, her house, and her family. Mrs. Jellyby's house is in chaos, and her children are dirty and uneducated. Mrs. Jellyby represents both the frantic efforts of the middle-class Victorians to contribute to social causes, even at the expense of their own homes and regardless of whether these causes really help the poor, especially in Africa. Mrs. Jellyby's fanatic philanthropy is almost a type of madness and prevents her from seeing the damage that she does to her family. Her philanthropic efforts abroad timely fail, and Charles Dickens, the author, uses Mrs. Jellyby to suggest the idea that charity should begin at home. Okay, so this is what we learned from the character of Mrs. Jellyby. Now for the next exercise at the end of the passage, you will find there in exercise 7, we have to reread the passage and then select 6 words or phrases describing Mrs. Jellyby, her house, and her family. We have to explain how each word or phrase selected is used effectively to suggest the lifestyle and attitude of Mrs. Jellyby. We should be writing about 150 to 200 words. That's just about 20 sentences. Okay, so let's see if you will divide 6 sentences for, we have 6 sentences, 6 phrases, so practically 3 sentences for each description, describing phrase or word. Now here in the next slide, you will find the summary of the 6 points, 6 words or phrases, okay, selected to describe Mrs. Jellyby, her house, and her family. We have here the 2 items, description of Mrs. Jellyby. The third and the fourth one, the description of or for her house, and here her family. So based on this outline, okay, we shall be trying to come up with like mentioning this and explaining in 2 sentences, approximately 2 sentences. So if we have 6 points here times 2, we have 12. And a third one will go to like, if just to come up with 150 to 200 words, okay? So that's what you will be doing for your summary about Mrs. Jellyby, her house, and her family. So this will complete the lifestyle and attitude of Mrs. Jellyby. Alright, so again, once you're done, kindly send your the screenshot of your work to